Boom. The ship of Theseus solved by someone that was thinking too much at 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, right? Ship of Theseus. If you replace every component about a thing slowly, for example, if you rebuild a ship but keep on adding new wood, is it the same ship after the whole ship's been replaced with new wood, for example? Let's say that the ship's name is the Grog. It served me many battles. The Grog is my friend, sentimental, blah, 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 blah. But I keep on replacing the ship because the old ship is getting dirty. The thing is, whether you replace one thing and use it for 50 years or you replace the whole ship within a 20-year span, it's not the ship itself but the journeys that you went up with that ship. So whether it's 100% of the ship, whether it's 80% of the ship, whether it's 50% of the ship, at the end of the day, it's the journeys that you go along it with the ship that defines it, not necessarily the content of the ship, if that makes sense. So I say it wouldn't be the same ship, but at the same time, hold on. But at the same time, the point isn't whether it is the same ship. The point is, what did you do with the ship? When you buy something, for example, it isn't necessarily, am I going to use the whole thing? It's how much time did I dedicate? How much time did it save? What was I able to do with this thing that I use my money on, for example? Food expires. You may not drink a whole gallon of milk. You may have a little bit of milk left that went bad. But what you did with that 80%, 90% of the gallon is more significant than the 10% wasted. You know what I mean? The journeys that you went along with this ship is more significant than whether it's authentic or not, if that makes sense. Slippery slope, considering that some publishers for video games are lend you the game, not necessarily letting you own the game. I believe that's a bit immoral, but that not here nor there. Yes, it's rather the journey. So is the ship the same? No, but is the ship ever the same? You know what I mean? With every journey that you go along that ship, a small part of it's going away. So if 1% of the ship gets washed away, you know what I mean? If you chip the wood on the ship while you're taking barnacles off, is it the same ship? It's the same thing with if a person comes back to the river after X amount of time, it's not the same river, nor is it the same man. It's not the same ship. But it's going on a journey throughout time. So it's not the same ship. But that shouldn't matter because it's the journeys that this vessel, with this design, with this crew went on, that's meaningful in any sort of way. Boom, I'm Diamond 1.